Minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muskan Zaidi and I will be telling the story for today. Today is the 17th of Ramadan and I hope you have been enjoying each and every one of the stories told so far. Today's story comes from Surah Imran, ayat 35 to 38. And with that, I will begin the story. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. A long time ago lived a prophet of Allah named Prophet Zakariya alayhi salam. He was a very wise and humble man and a very faithful follower of Allah. He and his wife had grown very old and did not have any children. His wife was the sister of Bibi Maryam alayhi salam's mother. Before Bibi Maryam alayhi salam was born, her mother made a promise that she would give her child to the temple, Baitul Muqaddas, to serve Allah. After the birth of Bibi Maryam alayhi salam, her mother became very sad because she was worried about how she could fulfill her promise to Allah, since her only child, Bibi Maryam alayhi salam, was a girl. And at that time, only boys could be sent away from home to serve Allah. However, Allah accepted Bibi Maryam alayhi salam anyway, and she was sent to the temple, Baitul Muqaddas, where she grew up to become a very faithful follower of Allah. Since Bibi Maryam alayhi salam was away from home, she needed a guardian to take care of her. Prophet Zakariya alayhi salam was chosen to be her guardian, and he visited her every day in her private chambers, where she spent her days praying to Allah. After a while, he started noticing something unusual. Bibi Maryam alayhi salam was always surrounded by lots and lots of fresh fruit. Even more unusual was that the fruit was out of season. This meant that even in the summer, she had fruit that could only grow in the winter. Prophet Zakariya alayhi salam was the only one that entered her private chambers, and he was not bringing her this fruit. Prophet Zakariya asked her where she got this fruit from, and she replied, "It is from Allah. Allah gives in plenty to anyone He wishes." These words went straight to Prophet Zakariya alayhi salam's heart. He became very grateful for Allah's kindness and gifts. He had always wanted a child, but both him and his wife were too old. He began praying more and more for a child, and before long, his prayers were answered. One day, while he was praying, an angel appeared before him. The angel told him that Allah had heard his prayers and he would soon have a son named Prophet Yahya alayhi salam. Prophet Zakariya could hardly believe his luck. He asked Allah to give him a sign, and Allah told him that he would not be able to speak for 3 days and would only be able to communicate through gestures. When Prophet Zakariya alayhi salam left his room that day, he realized he could not speak. He spent the next 3 days worshiping and praying to Allah and encouraging others through his actions to do the same. After a few months, his son, Prophet Yahya alayhi was born. He grew up to be a very faithful follower of Allah and carried on the legacy of his father, Prophet Zakariya alayhi. And that brings us to the end of today's story. I will leave you all with this question. What did you learn from today's story? Tell us in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's story, and I'll see you all next time. Allah Hafiz.